Now let's jump into where can you go to trade Forex. And this is going to be just a little bit longer of a section because we are going to cover brokerage, trading platform, and your charting software. And let's start with your broker. So as an individual retail trader, that's what you are. You will need a Forex broker to facilitate your purchases or trades in the market for you. You can think of finding a broker like finding a bank to open your checking account with. Each one will have its own fees, spreads, margins, rules, and practices for which they offer and are known for. But the good thing is that you can change brokers if you find that the broker you are with ends up not really being a match for you, and that happens. I would say to start by doing research of brokerage reviews for your current year, not 10 years ago, not 5 years ago. Most of the time, especially if it's an unregulated broker, not even a year ago, for your current year. You can find out what instruments that any broker allow to trade. You can find out their fees, commissions, spreads, etc. Another great source is to really listen to who other traders are using, but you need to beware, not necessarily who the trader is getting an affiliate kickback from, but who they are personally trading and making withdrawals through. That's who you want to listen to. So I want you to check this out. This is important because your broker is going to be a part of your trading journey for the entirety of the time that you are a trader. And I want you to look at some of the most important things to look for when choosing a broker. So qualified brokers have all of the necessary licenses and registrations. You do have a choice of going through a regulated or an unregulated broker. Many times, unregulated brokers have lower or no commissions and raw spreads, and they are completely legit and are really great brokers. However, being unregulated also means that there is no regulatory organization monitoring them and that they can really disappear at any time. The risk is one that each person will have to determine their own comfort level and really kind of choose accordingly. You should maybe look for brokers with long-term, reliable track record. Brokers where there are known problems or stalling tactics on withdrawals are a huge red flag, and you will definitely want to avoid those. You want to really kind of take a look at the commission structure, account fees, and definitely check out the spreads on the pairs that you will trade or that you think you will trade the most. You also want to check the policies your chosen broker has regarding negative balance protection. You should especially consider this when choosing a broker, as it will prevent you from going into debt in case of a massive negative market gap or flash crash, because those absolutely can happen. Brokers with immediate and easily available customer service, both online and by phone, are the best in case there are account issues or emergencies that you need to get into contact with a representative. You want to make sure that that's a broker that it's available, not just that you only have, a website chat available. Things can happen and you want to make sure that they're available on the phone, what time customer service is there. Can you get them through the website? Can you get direct messaging? Are they on social media? You want to know all of the different ways that you can talk to them, and is somebody actually manning that before, choosing a broker. Brokers with trading tools, demo accounts, educational support, lots of other features that support retail traders, that might be a huge plus for you. Every country has its own rules, and some brokers are not available in every country. And the same also is that sometimes the education can vary and sometimes the tools can vary. So possibly check that out. I know for us, some of the tools the brokers have, especially when we first started trading, John, 6 or 7 years ago now, and me over 3 years ago. It changes even with what's popular, and a lot of the brokers, especially the ones you want that are leading edge, they're constantly adding new things that help new traders. And so truly that can be a big help and can be a big plus. And, just as importantly, does your broker have its own trading platform, or does it offer more than one option for placing trades? I actually am mostly with brokers that offer several options in placing trades, and I like that. I like it to be available on my phone, my PC, we'll talk about this in a minute, through different platforms. I like options. Not every broker have it, and it's definitely not a deal breaker for me, but it is definitely a preference. I personally have used several brokers and don't really have, strong opinions on any of them past their commission, spread structure, how well their website or account portal, is able to be navigated. Customer support, I said, was a big deal, or my experience of how easy they allow you to make withdrawals. My husband and I have mainly only picked regulated brokerage firms because we both like the licensing and the small amount of protection that offers, but I have and do have some very trusted unregulated brokers. And I'll tell you, sometimes they come in, and especially over the last several years, there have been several times that the spreads in the unregulated brokerage, they've been really tempting for me, and I know they are for others as well. And depending on how tight your stop losses are, your trading styles, there are different brokers that make those spreads really small, and that can be, definitely a thing that would push you towards regulated or unregulated brokerage firms. So just check out what they offer. Obviously, after going through this, any broker choices that you make need to be done after doing the research yourself. Do not just take a random brokerage firm that somebody throws the name out of and choose that one just because you don't want to do the digging. I'm telling you, do the research. Take the time to take these points that I've just gone over to choose your brokerage firm. At a minimum, you need to thoroughly research all of the different ways that you can contact your brokerage firm if anything happens. And you need to know what your spreads are, because as we're going to go over, I think in the next unit, that's going to affect your stop loss, and you're going to need to be mindful of what those spreads tend to be with your broker. So remember, do your research. Also, in the website, within the course, I am in the resources section going to keep a list of who my broker is, of who the brokers, myself, my husband, and my son uses the same brokers I do, but the brokers that myself and my husband have used over the years. Also a list, and some are regulated, some are unregulated. Also the brokers that I recommend and what my experiences have been with each one. It's probably just easier for me to update that than it is for me to name out some brokers here. And maybe when you watch this, that might not be who I use, or might be who I use. But I am going to put that and list who I use and maybe even why I chose them. But that'll be in the resources section of the course materials. After you pick your broker, you're going to have to choose a trading platform. And if you think of your broker as like your bank, then you need to think of your trading platform as your online banking, where you make withdrawals and deposits in the form of placing trades and either winning or losing. Once you have your broker chosen, then you will have to choose a trading platform to access the market through. Your platform will be connected to your broker and to your brokerage account. Now, some brokers have their own trading platform, and some brokers have multiple platforms that you can link your account through, which I mentioned just a few minutes ago is one of the perks that I look at for brokers. Is when there are options, I like to have options. Platforms are really kind of user preference, and some are definitely more technical oriented. Some are more visually friendly, and some more or less are powerful in terms of markup tools that they offer or that they don't offer. So it is definitely by your own preference. And I would take a look and check out what is offered by the broker that you look at. But I would let the broker really kind of drive the trading platform. Again, I'm going to, in the resource section of this course, have it listed and have links so that you can go to these places. But at the time of producing this course or recording this course, I have used personally NinjaTrader, MT4, MT5, Thinkorswim, TradingView, and TradeFX platforms. I currently, at the time of recording this, trade through TradingView with my Oanda broker account or through MT4 on my main trading account. I also have an unregulated brokerage account that goes through MT4. So I have both of those. Again, I'll keep that updated, through the course resource page. The next and last piece of where you need to go will be you choosing your charting software. So this is one of my favorite parts. You will also need a software for doing all of your chart analysis, your back testing, and your strategy evaluation, and any other studying that you choose to do. This is where you will be spending most of your time as a trader. You will watch and analyze the markets over and over and over again. Now, many brokers have a trading platform as well as charting software in their tools that they offer. And I mentioned that's a huge pro for me. But the sweet spot is when direct access to your broker, your platform, and your charting software is in one place. It makes for a really easy one-stop trading experience. And so if you can find that all in one place where your broker has an integrated trading platform that has enough powerful charting capabilities, like that truly is a sweet spot. So as of right now, I have used several different charting softwares personally, but I have to say, and I'll again update this on the resource page if it changes, but at the time of recording this, I have consistently used TradingView as my charting software, and every time I have strayed from it, I come right back really fast. 99% of my time is spent in TradingView, and I use it for all of my analysis, 100% of my analysis. I can say that I don't think that I will ever switch my charting software because TradingView is just that good. So I recommend it. They do have free versions. They do have, paid subscriptions. It is worth every penny. There are some free charting software that are out there that I've used lightly. And again, I'll list all of this in the resource section so that you can kind of go through and pick what you want and try out these different things, because I am telling you, this is going to be part of your vehicle and you need to get very, very familiar with it. And I know you will. Again, this is something that you're just putting all the pieces together. And once all of these three in that order are chosen, which a lot of it's going to be dictated by the broker that you choose, things will start to fall in place. And this leads me right into our next slide of how do you trade Forex.